Good morning, students. Uh, Today, in our sociology, we have to discuss about the minority rights and nation building. Minority rights. Now we know that when our Indian Constitution was being framed, then most of the our constituents assembly members were well aware of that India in India many minority groups exist in India. So the first and foremost question before them is how to protect their rights and how to ensure their rights and their duties, and as well as to how to protect them from the dominant groups in India. Understand, this was the big question before the makers of our Indian Constitution. Understand, this was a big question. The minority protection and the nation building, because they were now inalienable part of our country, our nation. Many minorities now live in our country on the basis of the language group, on the basis of the religions group. Understand, or dividing the Hindus. Most of the minor groups live in our country. Minority live in our country. And now here minority means we shall see that what is the meaning of the minority, what the ambition of uh, 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 constituents assembly, what was its motives, and what the how our constituent assembly wanted to ensure their rights, minority rights. Under this heads we shall see that what the process happens. So in our country, nationalism. What is the nationalism? I have already mentioned that nationalism, it's a abstract feeling. The people living in a defined scientific boundary, they must have the history of their struggle, or the history of their descendants together. Understand? History of their descendants, they have the struggle together. Understand? Or there are so many. Ernest Renan had now defined the nationalism in a different way. Understand? So we see that this nationalism is a collective feelings and collective identity, or the collective feelings of dedication, sacrifice, sacrifice for the nation, dedications for the nation, or or dedications and love for the nation. This is the abstract feeling. Understand? Or a collective identity, or collective or integrated identity. This makes the a country a nation. Understand? So now here we are going to see the feeling of nationalism particularly began in our country with the efforts of our nationalist leader. And apart from them, we have the history, a very long history of our rich history of Ashoka the Great and Akbar the Great. But even after that, now our country, again a narrow concept emerged in our country. Although time to time a broader concept in our literary ancient text have been given that India had a nation from Kashmir to the Kanyakumari, and from Bloch to the Tamralipti, India was the one. Understand? Now many of the instances have been given in our anthologies, or as well as in our ancient text. Understand? But despite that, the narrow concept cropped up. Understand? Or India was dotted with the several dynasties and the several states. And taking the advantage of this, the British, now you know very well, the British taking the advantage of our discord. Understand? They easily grabbed one by one our country by the implementing the policy of divide and rule. Okay, they politically they subjugated under their control the whole country. Understand? Moreover, but against the here the nationalism in the Europe, nationalism now flourished or the emerged in the different circumstances. Understand? But in the Asian and African circumstances, nationalism emerged on the under against the colonism, against the foreign domination. Nationalism. So, like like the other country in India, nationalism emerged or this feeling against the colonism. Nationalism was expression. Nationalism was made a composite feelings. Understand? Or a consolidated feeling or a solidarity, people's solidarity was made in the process of the struggle against the colonial dominations. This was the. So here we see that the dominant trend was now marked by an inclusive, a dominant trend, inclusive and the democratic vision. Inclusive or democratic vision. Inclusive because it recognized the diversity and plurality. First of all, our Indian constitution, our nationalism now recognized the inclusive means the divert, inclusive or a diversity and plurality. The diverse culture, diverse people, diverse religion, diverse races, okay, diverse ethnicity, they all are living in our country, and the plurality is here. Plurality is existing in our country. So under this context, understand, thus or a democratic pattern, under the democratic pattern, okay, now this nationalism was recognized in our country. Moreover, democratic because it is sought to do away with. In what manner? The democracy sought to do away with the discrimination. Our democratic pattern sought to do away with the discrimination and exclusion of bring forth a exclusion and bring forth a just and equitable society. Bring forth just and to remove the discrimination and exclusion and has to install a just and equitable society in India. Understand? This is the, and the term people, here is the term people, we people of India, like that, the term is used in the constitution. Okay, the people has not been seen in exclusive terms. Now the people means the people, those who are living in India forever, for a long time in living in India. For them, the people has been the used, not people has been the used for that the Huna and Sakas and the Aryans and the Muslims and the others they have been the aggressor or the invaders and they have come here. For no, in that sense, the inclusive, the term has been the people has been exclusive terms as referring to any specific group, and now these people is not explaining for a specific exclusive group defined by the religion and the ethnicity, defined by the religion or the ethnicity, race or the caste. No, this has been the not a specific definition has been the given. People word does not, the word people does not specify group defined as a religion on the basis of religion or the caste or creed and races. No at all. Ideas of humanism influenced, idea of humanism, Indian nationalists, our freedom fighters, our constitutions makers and framers were influenced by the motives, influenced by the ideas of the humanism and ugly aspects of exclusive nationalism, exclusive nationalism were extensively commented upon by a leading figures like the Mahatma Gandhi and the Rabindranath Tagore. They have now condemned, they have now criticized and now and never accept the exclusive nationalism extensively commented by that. They don't like the exclusive nationalism. They believe in the inclusive nationalism. Understand? So now for that to be effective, ideas of these ideas of inclusive nationalism had to be the built into the constitution. So the idea of inclusive nationalism had to be the built into the constitution, for there is a very strong tendency for there is a strong tendency for the dominant group to assume for the dominant group to assume that their culture or the language or the religion is synonymous with the nation states. Now here, before for there is a very strong tendency in our country. There has been a very strong tendency for dominant group. Here there is a dominant group. Understand? There is a dominant group. They assume that their culture or language or religion is synonymous with the nation state. This kind of the views were expressed in our country when the Indian constitution was being framed. They wanted exclusively the nation states should be the built upon understand upon the basis of the dominant groups. Understand, this was the question, a big question before the Indian. However, for a strong and the democratic nation, because special constitutional provisions are required, and that for the strong democratic patterns of the nation, democratic nation, special constitutional provisions are required to ensure the rights of all groups, because to establish a very strong or democratic nation, particularly constitutional provisions are required to ensure. So our constitution framers felt that there must be a constitutional provisions to ensure the rights of all groups, ensure the rights of entire groups living in India and those of the minorities and groups in the particular. Those, okay, so there must be a constitutional provisions. They felt that there must be constitutional provisions to now to protect, ensure the rights of all groups and those of minorities groups, minority groups and those of the minorities groups in the particular. Those minority groups, those are the living in our country. For them, there must be some of the provisions, must be the provisions, constitutional provisions to protect them. In other words, we can say to protect their rights and protect their rights. Understand? So now under this, first of all, let's see the meaning of the minorities. We should concentrate the meaning of nation. Now the notion of the minorities groups is widely used in the sociology. We use the widely the notion of the minority in sociology is a more than a merely numerical distinction. Understand? Or numerical distinction. On that basis, we say that we divide the minorities and the majority. Mean on the basis of numbers. Who are the in large number? In the huge number, they are the majority. Those who are the lesser in number, understand, they are the called the minority. This is on the basis of only the numerical basis distinction is that. But it is usually the involves some sense of a relative disadvantage, or this notion also includes. Now, minorities also not only added the number on the huge number or the less number. No, apart from that, minorities also added itself added or involves the some sense of relatively disadvantages. Disadvantage is also added with the minorities word. Not only number, less number, and the disadvantage. This also comes or this also incorporated with the word minorities here. These privileged minorities such as extremely wealthy. Here is the one question again arises. Now the minorities or the disadvantaged in the less in number, but they are the advantaged. They are the wealthy. So what we tell them about? Will they will be called today those who are in a less number? Understand? Who are in less number, but they are the very prosper. Minority now incorporate denotes the not only less number, along with the less number disadvantages also, that makes the minority. But here we see that the wealthy person, can they be the told as a as a as a disadvantaged? Here is the question is that now those minorities who are the very wealthy, understand, so they can be the term, they are termed as the privileged minorities. Privileged, very wealthy, or the privileged minorities, they are the, this group is here. These privileged minorities such as extremely wealthy people are not usually referred to as a minorities. Usually in general language we don't mention them as a minorities. If they are, the term is qualified in some way. If their term is qualified in some way, as in the phrase privileged minority, when minority is used without qualification, it generally implies a relatively small but also disadvantaged group. When we use the term minority, so it is the small, understand, it indicates the small, but as well also a disadvantaged group also. They may be the rich, that another thing, but the small, their numbers itself denotes and connotes and relates to the disadvantage. How? They are the very rich and they are called the disadvantaged. In what sense? Why? Those who are the in the minority group, who are the English number and the wealthy, even then why they will be the called as the disadvantaged? Here is the, in what sense they say can be the, in a sociological sense. Sociological sense of the minority also implies that the members of the minorities form a collectivity. The members of the minority forms a collectivity. That is why have a strong sense of group solidarity, or less number people must have the strong sense of solidarity, unity or integrity, and a feeling of togetherness. They have togetherness and the belongings also. They have the, this is the link to disadvantage. Lekin how can we link this small groups or solidarity group, feeling togetherness and togetherness and the belongings? How can we link them? Link them with the disadvantage? Because the experience of being subjected to a prejudice and discrimination. Experience speaks that if they are subject of the prejudiceness, they become the victim of prejudiceness, or as well as the discrimination usually heightens feelings of the intra-group loyalty and the interest. Thus, groups that may be minorities in a statistical sense, in number sense, minorities sense, such as people who are the left-handed or people born in 29th February are not minorities in the sociological sense because they don't form a collectivity. Understand? Because they don't form a collectivity, but minority form a collectivity. However, it is possible to have a anomalous instances where a minority group is a disadvantage in one sense, but not in the another. One sense they are the disadvantage, another sense they are not advantage. Thus, for example, religious minorities like the Parsi are the very rich in our country. We know, understand? They are the business class or the very rich. They had come from Persia, Iran, very long before, escaping the execution there. They were executed, being large scale. So in the midnight, they fled from Iran and settled down in the Bombay and some area of our country. Understand? So this group, Parsi or Sikhs may be the relatively well off economically. They are the economically very well off. Sikhs are also categorized in the minority. Or they are the very rich. Parsis are very rich, but they may still disadvantage. But they have the still in the advantage, in the state of advantage state. Why? Why? In a cultural sense. In a cultural sense, because of their small numbers. In a cultural sense, they are advantaged because they have the small numbers, and the relative to the overwhelming majority of Hindus. In a respect of the relative to the overwhelming or the overwhelming majority of the Hindus, understand, culturally they are the disadvantaged. Okay, relatively और small numbers के साथ साथ along with that cultural sense में भी वो minorities हैं. Understand? Since although they are the very rich and the prosper, but in the cultural point of view they are the not a in the like the majority Hindus. Understand? So that's why they are the put together the group of the minorities. They are the next thing is that religious and cultural minorities need a special protection, and here we see that the religious and cultural minorities needs the special protection. It is clear ना कि they also needs wealth छोड़िए, अमीरी या गरीबी छोड़िए, but their culture is the minority. Their culture is also in minority. So in respect of the Hindu culture, so the religious and cultural minorities need a special protection because of the demographic dominance of the majority. Demographic dominance of the majority, Hindu majority is here. That's why they need the protection, cultural protection or the religious protection. Apart from the wealth, understand? Apart from their economically they are the very well off. But even then they require the protection and the certain attention by the Constitution of India in respect of the culture or in respect of the religion. Okay? In respect of the religion, on the viewpoint of the demographical dominance of the majority or the Hindu dominance. Understand? So now here, or in a democratic politics, we can see it is always possible to convert a numerical majority into the political power. Numerical majority always comes in the power. You know that those who are the whose majority, like in India, आप देख सकते हैं, like the Hindus are in majority. So now they come into the power through the election. It is the quite clear कि Hindus come into the this happens in our democratic election also. Now the Hindus come into the power by the election system every year, and moreover, or it means that religious or cultural minorities understand regardless of their economic and the social position, they have the good economic position. For example, social position are politically vulnerable, but the politically they are the weaker. They are the politically weaker, despite they have the socially they have the good strength, good conditions. Economically, suppose that good condition. They have the rich culture, their own culture, but politically here we see they are the disadvantaged in the government because they are in the minority. They never come into the power and hold the power, and the dominant group will also try to undermine their culture, could also try to undermine or erode their culture, try to dominate of the Hindu culture, and erode their culture and their identity. And these had happened in the Europe or the different parts of the world. We have a chain of the history. History is replete with that how a dominant group now undermine the minor groups, their culture, how eroded and how the engraved their culture, and the make their culture dominant group, their language and culture make the and how they just they try to do such kind of things. Understand? So here we are going to see that regardless of the cultural minorities, regardless of their social position, and they must face the risk. There is a risk. A dominant class and Hindu also. Very simple. You can understand by this example I am giving. Hindu. Take the example of India, where we are the dominating. Hindus are the dominating class. Politically, there is no risk that the majority community will capture the political power by the election. Only their representative will come into the power. Like in Sri Lanka, we have seen that how the Sinhalese and Buddhists come into the power. Their number is muster strong, and democratically they come into the power and dominate over the minority groups. Similarly, in India, we can say we have the fear, and this was the fear amongst our constitution framers, and political power use the state machinery to suppress their religion and the culture, and political power could use the suppress the religion, suppress the culture and their cultural institutions, and ultimately force them to abandon their distinctive identity, and ultimately these dominant group who would come into the power, okay, force them to quit their own identity, leave their own identity, and could now abandon their identity. So this would have been the happened in the India also. This was a big threat before the makers of our constitution. Or in the long years of the struggle against the British colonialism, we have a long history of our struggle. Indian nationalists understood the imperative need of the recognize and respect Indian diversity in the long struggle. In the way the Indian nationalist leader, they learned, they had a perception, very good perception about the diversity or the respect the India's diversity. They learned how to respect the Indians diversity because the all section of the people, all cultural group, religious group participated in the struggle against the British. They unitedly stood together, understand, and shown their integrity against the British and their unity against the British. So how could their interest not be preserved in our Indian constitution? Understand, this was the all pros and cons was studied, and possibility in the futures were studied well when our Indian constitution was being drafted and framed. Okay, and the diversity, indeed unity in the diversity became now a shorthand to the capture the plural and the diverse nature of the Indian society. Now we shall discuss on the minority and the culture. Right, mark many of the deliberations of the Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress had now they conducted many deliberations of the Indian National Congress, fixed a final expression in the Indian Constitution, and ultimately many the deliberations happened. Understand? Indian National Congress did, and ultimately they now stamped the protections for the minorities in the Indian Constitution. How they would be the protected by the constitutional laws. Understand? And by the constitutions, how they shall be the protected. Their rights can be protected. So now, further we shall study further. This topic will be the continued. Or now we shall see the how they wanted the strong United Nations. All section of freedom practices. We shall further about the Bhimrao Ambedkar, his views or minutes and the discussion or deliberation which had gone, or the what the had been the laid, which provisions had been the laid down or stipulated in the Indian Constitution for the protection of minorities, we shall discuss further. Understand? So this is the much for today. और आप इसको पढ़ लीजिएगा, go through once or two time, बहुत इजीली जो हमने कहा उसको सुनिए और उसके बाद पढ़िए after that. So that will serve you a lot. No confusion is. Thank you very much.